Some conversations change everything. This is where they begin.
Hey, welcome back to Echoes Within. Today's guest is someone everyone in his life goes to when they're upset. He just gets it every time. But when it comes to his own feelings, he's drawing a complete blank. If you've ever been the person everyone leans on but have no idea how to answer, "How are you really doing?" I think you're going to really feel this one. If these conversations help you understand yourself a little better, subscribe and leave a like. It helps more people find this room. Hello, Omar. How are you? And what's been on your mind?
Just fine, I guess. Um, Honestly, I almost didn't know what to say when I was booking this. Like, nothing's wrong exactly. Coworker asked me last week how I was doing, and I said, I'm good. How are you? I'm completely automatically. And then later I thought about it and realized I genuinely don't know if I was good. I just said the thing you say,
That's such an interesting thing to notice. What made you stop and think about it afterward?
I think, because earlier that same day, this coworker, she seemed totally fine on the surface, but I could tell something was off. Like the way she answered an email, slightly shorter than usual. I asked if she was okay, and she said she'd had a rough morning, family stuff, and I just knew before she even said anything.
You picked up on it immediately.
Yeah, and that's not unusual for me. People joke that I have some kind of radar. My sister calls me when she's upset before she even tells anyone else because she says I get it without her having to explain everything.
That's a real gift, Omar. Being able to sense what someone else is feeling, often before they can name it themselves, that takes a lot of attentiveness.
I guess so. But then that same evening, my partner asked me how my day was, and I just said, fine, kind of a long day. And she said, okay, but how do you actually feel? And I just sat there. I had nothing.
What did that feel like? Sitting there with nothing?
Honestly, a little embarrassing. Like, I can read this coworker's mood from one slightly short email, but I can't tell my own partner how I feel after spending the whole day with myself.
Can I ask? When you say you had nothing, do you mean you felt nothing? Or you felt something but didn't have words for it?
That's a good question. I think I felt something. Tired, maybe, but also kind of wound up. But fine was just easier to say.
Tired and wound up are actually two pretty different things to be feeling at the same time. Do you know where the wound up part might be coming from?
I mean, work's been a lot lately. I'm the one people come to when there's tension on the team. Like two people aren't getting along or someone's stressed about a deadline, and somehow it ends up being my job to smooth it over. Not officially. It just happens.
So even in your work life, you're the one absorbing everyone else's emotional state.
When you put it that way, yeah, I never really thought of it as absorbing. I just thought of it as, I don't know, being helpful or being good at reading people.
It is being good at reading people. That's real, and it's valuable. But I want to gently point something out. If your attention is constantly going outward, toward your sister, your coworker, your team, when does your attention come back to you?
I don't think it really does. Not on purpose anyway.
That tracks with what you described. You can instantly read a slightly shorter email from a coworker, but when your partner asks how you feel, there's nothing there. It's not that the feeling isn't there, it's that you've never really practiced looking for it. You've spent so much energy becoming fluent in everyone else's emotional language that your own kind of stayed undeveloped. Not broken, just underpracticed.
That actually makes a lot of sense. It's like I have a really good translator for other people, but no translator for myself.
That's a great way to put it. And here's something worth sitting with. A lot of people who are like this, who are naturally tuned into others, learn that skill really early, often because it was useful or even necessary. Were you someone who, growing up, paid close attention to other people's moods, parents, siblings?
Yeah, actually, my parents had a lot of tension growing up. Not like dramatic blow ups, but you could feel it in the house. I think I got pretty good at reading the room. Like, knowing when it was a stay in your room kind of evening versus a normal one.
So reading the emotional temperature of a room became something you needed to do just to navigate your own home. And kids who develop that skill often get so good at watching everyone else that watching themselves never really became a habit. There wasn't space for it. All the attention was outward, for safety.
Wow, I never connected that to any of this, to work, to my sister calling me, to not knowing how to answer, "How are you really?"
It's all connected. And I want to be clear, none of this means something is wrong with you. It means one part of you got really, really developed because it had to. And another part, the part that notices and names your own feelings, just hasn't had the same practice.
Okay, so how do you practice that? Like practically? Because I genuinely don't know where to start.
Let's keep it really small, the same way we would with any skill you're building from scratch. First, a few times a day, completely separate from any conversation, just pause and ask yourself one question. What am I feeling right now? Not why, not what to do about it, just naming it. Even if the answer is just tired or a bit flat or actually kind of okay.
That feels almost too simple.
It is simple, but it's a muscle, like anything else. The second thing, when someone asks how you're doing, especially someone close to you, try pausing for just 2 seconds before answering. Not performing the pause, genuinely taking a beat to actually check, instead of letting fine answer for you automatically.
2 seconds. I think I can do that.
That's all it takes to start. You don't need to become an expert at your own emotions overnight. You just need to start including yourself in the radar you already have.
Including myself in the radar. I like that. I think that's exactly it. I just never pointed it at myself. Thank you, Miss Khan.
You don't have to have all the answers about yourself right away. What's one feeling you've been brushing past today? And what would it be like to actually name it? Tell me in the comments.